Ellie, more specifically a Weaver on the side of close mid far. Not something we've seen very often. Certainly not something we've seen so far in EU. I don't think. Might have seen one or two on an A, but I don't think we've seen any on EU. This team, close mid far, of course, they did win back up through the losers bracket. They had to beat Struken Duken.
I am
as
ready.
I mentioned before. Very, very close game there in the losers brackets. So they obviously, not a bad team. They've made their way back here. So we'll have to see what they do. But Jebro is ready, so we'll start up the builds. We're going to go first, take a look at this Weaver. Quadrell. He's going to be playing, Sword Dagger, Forge Rune, and Sage Amulet. Now, I don't have a lot of experience with Weaver builds, to be honest. I haven't seen a lot of people playing it. I haven't been watching Panther stream enough, I guess. So I don't know exactly this is a normal build.
I haven't even seen him stream it for like a week or so. But,
yeah.
I don't even know.
Water Arcane Weaver. So a Condi Weaver here with sword. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with all the sword skills. I know there's quite a few evades, I believe, on some of the skills. So we'll have to see how that works out for him. But something to keep an eye on. Next up, we've got Fars. Obviously a familiar name. He's going to be playing Scourge. Traditional build here. Staff, Scepter, Torch. Traveler. He's going for Traveler Rune, so that extra movement speed instead of Melissa or something along those lines. He's going to be using Carrion Amulet, Soul Reaping, and Curses against pretty standard utilities, the 3 stun breaks there. Next up, we've got Lefrere E-Girl, another French player, I assume. He's going to be playing Druid, Sword, Warhorn, Longbow. So no staff here. He's going to go for Longbow, probably to try and counter that Scourge. He's going to be on Surging and Mender Amulet, as well as Nature Magic and Wilderness Survival for traits, pretty standard utilities. Next up, we have Un Biz. He will be playing Mirage, going for Illusions and Dueling for trait lines, Staff, Sword, Torch on weapons, and Adventure Carrying Amulet. Again, nothing crazy with utilities. Finally, we're going to be looking at Sapphire, another familiar name. We see him playing with Fires a lot. He's going to be playing Firebrand. He's going for Mace, Shield, Staff, Water Rune, Magi Amulet, Honor, and Valor trait lines, and again the same utilities we've seen the previous Firebrands playing. No axe here. We saw Moobs try axe, and maybe one other Firebrand as well in an A last tournament, but so far we've only seen Mace on Firebrand, and no really difference in builds at all. They're all playing the same thing. Just glancing through the builds on the other team, I don't see any changes, and I don't see, of course, any changes to the comp as well, so I think we could probably be going.
Yeah, we can.
So Weaver, Condi Weaver, what do you think about that, Jebro?
I mainly saw. I don't know if this is just because Phantom pushes far all the time, but I mean, he's got that Guild Wars 2 cap, man. Feels bad that I didn't get that transferred over to my account when we're flipping.
Oh, you can get it. If you set a ticket in, as long as it's on your account at one point, you can get it. I had the same thing with my account.
Really? Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Hype. Christmas present to myself.
Right.
It is decent. I mean, he's definitely got sustain. He plays Ellie quite well as well, and obviously, this is quite an important game, quite an important series. We're going to see how well he does. It's going to be definitely 1v1s, I think. I'm pretty sure on the sides, he can definitely be pretty useful as well.
Yeah, although
in terms of getting involved in teams.
Team presence, I feel like. He'll probably put out some boons. He will put out minor healing.
Yeah.
He'll obviously have a lot of CC, and the Condi pressure is going to be pretty strong.
And he can 1v2.
Right now, we see him 2 versus 1 against Vans and Frostbite. As I said before, those dodges just coming in handy. He's able to dodge just skill after skill, and of course, those stances, I believe, he dodges as well. So he's able to just hold this point for a little while.
He can 1v2 pretty well for a little bit of time.
Looks like.
Oh, okay.
The Druid.
Okay.
Not sure if we're going to see a reset of the match or not. Yeah, reset is possible, they're asking.
Blue team grabbed a capture point. Svanier's
I gotta say in the next minute.
There's the reset. Yeah, Faris has asked for the reset, so we are going to be resetting this game. Unfortunately, that Druid just DC'd right at the beginning. So we will restart this game. Obviously not going to count. Got to see the Weaver play a little bit. Red team wins. Oh, well, I guess red team...
I wish you could just reset it and it would be easy.
Yeah. We have to go through all the maps now.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so we'll have to select the maps real quick. Hopefully the druid is able to come back. Otherwise, they'll have to find a sub.
Yeah, they get a few minutes. They get a few minutes.
Of
We've still
course.
got to go through the maps, so it's a bit of time. Oh dear. All the fun times of the day right now going on. It's okay. So guys, if you do want to donate to the tournament, you know what to do. We've just hit over $100, 106 at the moment. Let's get some donations going in. I think we did perhaps, if anyone cannot put the code in and it's not allowing you to, the assumption is that we've actually just got another 50 codes. So, no, we're getting some more donations. Boston, man, my man, Boston. Thank you, dude. $20 from that man right there. Appreciate it. Just saying men is his message. It's very sweet. Sweet, concise message as well. Thank you, dude.
Yeah, thank you, of course, to all the people who are donating and using the free dollar codes. Over $100 is pretty nice, but we've still got a long way to go. We can get more than that, I think. Don't let NA win, guys, in regards to donations. Come on. This is EU. This is Europe. European Union. I don't know what that means, but anyways. We do have a few matches left. This is a loser bracket final.
Yeah.
No games have been played yet. We're going to be back on Forest now. Hopefully we won't see another DC coming off of that Druid. I don't even know if he's back in the arena yet. I don't see him. Might have to see what the deal is.
Can't use the codes. Okay, that means we've run out probably. Code is bottom of the screen at the moment. It's IGCP. We may have run out.
Is that an
which
I
is
or
good.
a 1?
Sorry.
That might be the problem. Is it one GCP or IGCP?
Oh, that could be 1. Oh god, yeah, that's.
I believe it's 1. Looks like a 1 to me. Either way, yeah, we're working getting another code, but of course, guys, you are allowed to donate your own money. You don't have to use the free dollar codes. We do appreciate any donations you do give. So, every bit helps. Again, all of it goes straight to the players. None of it goes to us or any of the admins. So you are donating directly to the players, and supporting the community. So we do appreciate that, and of course, the players appreciate that. They are playing. I mean, not just for the money. It's a tournament as well, but I'm sure it's very nice to win some money. Either way, again, thanks for anyone who donated. And I don't know how we are with gold donations. I don't know if we've got all 500, Jebro.
We have, yes.
We have. Oh, great. Well, thank you to the people who donated that then.
Thank you, Roy.
Appreciate it. No.
Continue to donate, guys. The gold is important for the next tournaments in January. Obviously, participation in the tournaments and donations and everything else depend on whether or not you guys are engaged enough. If that doesn't happen, then there is, if there's no scene, we won't run tournaments. So it's just basically how it works. We spend our time doing this and take out time getting up at like all hours on a Sunday morning. To do these things. It's
not as hard for me. I get to wake up at 8 in the morning, and that's fine. Jebro, on the other hand, he has to wake up at 5, 4 in the morning. I don't know. That's a little too much for me, I think. But
I used to get up early for work every day. When I was in central London, Jesus Christ. That was back when I was a young man, though.
Oh, you're still young. Sorry.
That was a long time ago. Dude, I'm 36 next week. It's my birthday on Wednesday, by the way.
Oh, right. I did forget to mention, Jebro's birthday is coming up, guys. This is Jebro's birthday tournament. So, best birthday wishes to Jebro, of course. And we are all very grateful.
I'm on the wrong side of the 30s, man. This is bad. But
36 is a nice ripe age.
Right, you were gonna say old. That's the phrase. It's a ripe old age.
Anyways, we're just waiting for this Drew to come back.
Roy's fucking fired. That's the only time I would say that word on stream during a cast ever.
I didn't say old, and I was not going to. You're just paranoid.
Probably.
Once this Druid gets back in, guys, we will be underway. We apologize for the slight delay. Obviously, we can't, control his internet.
Yeah, 5 minutes. He's got 5 minutes. Messing about today.
Hopefully, they'll have a sub if he can't reconnect. He said he's back on Discord, but I'm not sure.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'd rather play it. Is everyone There's no scene for 2 years. You haven't been here then. What are you talking about? Have you?
Maybe he means tournaments from Mandarina? I don't know.
We literally a year ago is when we had the last one.
Well, it was more than a year.
Year and 2 months.
20. Really? Was that recent?
Yeah.
Worlds was... When was it? It was 2016.
Yeah.
When, though?
I met my wife in 2015.
Wow.
So yeah. It's definitely 2016.
Oh, apparently his city cut his electricity for a couple minutes. Nice. His city DDoSed him. Anyways. We are ready to go. We're just these players ready up.
No,
were to
those are on
shave.
Rotage. Okay. Sorry.
Just reading what Ponies wrote. Put on.
I just have a double chin. That's the only reason why I've got facial hair.
Anyhow, guys, we are ready to go. This is the first match of the series for the losers bracket finals. Again, whichever team wins this is going to be going back up to the grand finals up against LIQR. They will be down 1-0 though. As LIQR won the winners finals. And here we go. Hopefully, we won't see another DC from either team. Just have a clean free game. Sports teams. Betting on how it goes. Again, same rotation as before. We're going to see Quadro sticking over to Henge. Vans is moving over. However, we're not going to see the 2 versus 1 for him. It's just going to be Vans against him at the moment. Frostball taking a bit of pressure towards Rhodes. Moon and Bees is going to be on top. Mirage versus Mirage. Sapphire and Fires making their way to mid. Frostball going to drop the portal. Start rotating over to Vans. Taking a ton of damage, actually.
He's running the Surging Rune. He is. So he's not running the water. So he's not actually going to get that extra heal potential. So he's looking to maybe even go for the kill on the Druid. So that's going to be interesting to see what the big difference there is as well in terms of just having that rune difference. Still 1v2 on the other side of the map. Oh no, sorry, it's 2v2. It's like completely messed that up. Rune is there as well. Quadruple so low. Knee drops.
Oh, but the mistform through the portal is good.
Yeah, but he's so low.
It's not a very far portal, long portal, I should say. Frostball and Vans right up top. And Frostball is going to portal himself back to middle. Portal. Moves. Well, that's going to be 4 versus 5 on the map.
When they want to win this, quick, get back into the grand final. That's, I mean, predictions in terms of series.
Red team wins.
I'm definitely saying Crystal Desert's going to win this, and I would like to see a good grand finals. I think that they definitely can make it all the way. I think they can beat LIQR. I think they just have to play their game a bit better and not let themselves get out rotated by Sin, which they did the last 2 games. I think we saw them play. And if they do that, I think they'll win. Otherwise, I think it's LIQR's game. I think overall they're a bit of a better team. They've played longer together, probably.
I think Legacy was their own. They're just their own issues with trying to defend the boss. They rotated poorly. It was definitely all on the Lord and how they defended that and dealt with that. But also, like, full credit to QR guys, obviously, with controlling that and just maybe forcing them into that situation. But for now, Kran is absolutely fine over on midpoint. Uni's dead, well out of there. Quadro still in this. He's now in this 1v1 situation. I think Vance is obviously in a more positive situation now as well. He's especially 1v2. He'll be able to hold this for a little bit of time. Frostball's going to come over and try and help him out, equalize things up. I do believe we will probably see a similar situation before. Probably Red Team winning that 2v2 in the end if they do decide to stick to it.
I'm not sure the Weaver brings enough. I think, I don't know.
If you think about what you can have instead, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still surprised these teams are not running double Mesmer or anything like that. Double Mesmer is pretty strong. I mean, I would just be interested to see.
Well, I think part of the reason they're not is I think Druid has really made a comeback. We didn't see Druid for a while. And obviously we don't really see any sort of engineer at the moment except for Zan. He's really the only one playing it. But I really think Druid it's made a comeback. So, before maybe when you weren't running that, you could have run a Chrono instead.
Yeah.
Because you would throw in that slot lightning. But now that Druid is back in the game a bit.
I think it had a lot to do with genuinely players as well and who was playing Druid. We'd definitely see more Druids.
On it.
Druid is definitely more EU. Druid's always definitely been a lot more EU. Other than Paul, who I can remember specifically playing Druid, Smokey on NA as well. A couple of
did see
guys.
Smokey, I
playing.
think. One tournament. I'm not sure if it was just the previous.
He didn't always play Druid. No, that's true. Oh, what else did he put? Was he playing Druid always? Maybe it was.
He played something else. I think he might have played Rev at one point.
Ah, maybe. I think he played NG one time as well.
But we did see him. We did see him as well.
Yeah. He's definitely played Druid more often than not. I'm pretty sure. But yeah,
if anyone's wondering, by the way, we're not talking about this current game as much, just because there's really not a lot happening. Bit of a stalemate across the board. There's only been, I think, 2 kills total. At the moment, it's just 112-0, not a single cap. Vans is low against Quadro, and Moonbiz, so is Moonbiz. Frostball putting a little pressure on him. And Vans shouldn't really go down. Moonbiz, though, does not have much. No, he should be able to get out stealth, link away. Frostball actually taking some pressure now. But yeah, I don't know. Just not a lot going on in this game. A lot of stalemate sort of across the board on all nodes. Roger not going to leave. There's the portal actually dropped by Biz, who's going to now leave. Roger might be able to get the cap, though, but still not a single point scored for blue team so far in this game.
Oh, there you go. Mid Druid 1v1. Doesn't even need to open that. Wins that in the end. Surging rune.
And blue team's on the board.
Indeed, they
Portal
get themselves 5 points.
Biz,
Maybe that's all they need. Oh, Frostball ports for mid, and he leaves? Okay. Oh, no, they just switch. Okay, there you go. To try and win versus France 2v1 quickly. Cap will bring them back into this game. Actually, at the moment, the way things are going, I think it's just going to take a cap of it being so sustained elsewhere across the map. It's just this 2v2 is, again, you know, always going to go forever. Unless we see a really nice corrupt coming out as well. There goes the Druid. He might be taking. I believe this is Tiki. We've seen obviously a lot in various situations. 1v1s back in the day on ESL as well. Tiki was playing one of those, I remember. Team Bro is the one I remember the most. Was the Boys as well. And now this game is really slow. Wow. Druid needs to just leave.
Red team wins.
I'm almost hoping he dies just so that something happens at this point. But yeah, I mean, you know, 1 cap apiece across the map. Red team's still obviously quite far ahead, almost 100 points now. But again, just a lot of pretty sort of, not exactly tanky classes, but just classes that can fight a lot and survive on both comps here. Not a single thief. Obviously, the Scourges are probably going to be the squishiest here. There's no Revs, there's no Scrappers, or Valhalla Smith, I should say. Druids, Mirages on both teams. Got a Spellbreaker, got a Weaver. Found a Weaver at that. Yeah, not necessarily a ton of action in this game, unfortunately. Not going to be some crazy rotations either. There's some 4-no Thief. Crossbow not moving around quite as much as the other games. This is going to keep the count here.
Pharaoh's going down as well. Elsewhere, they
kill.
have started to come up a little bit.
Should be a double cap now for red team.
The real difference between the Druids is literally a rune. Just FYI, guys. That's what you're talking about in the chat at the moment. Might be some differences in sigils.
Red team got a capture
occasional. It's got a sigil of agility as well with the swiftness. Obviously, the quickness is going to be pretty useful, especially with longbow.
Zombie did switch as well to longbow. He was unstaffed a lot in the previous games, but I think when he saw Lefrere playing longbow, he probably made the swap.
People definitely play it. There is that longbow, yeah. Fun
quite good against Scourge.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't get involved on the point like at all, so why not? I mean, you take away some of your mobility, obviously, and your healing capabilities, but yeah, we've got longbow on both sides of the posts at the moment. It is good though, definitely, like you say, because of that Scourge situation, but even to just do that damage when you're building up might and whatnot as well. If any other Druids want to kick something in about that, then that's absolutely fine, because we barely see it. It's more than welcome.
Sapphire going to be killed over at mid. Bauer is going pretty low, doesn't have as much support from Quadro here as he would like. Vans and Frostball staying on top from Synod here as well, actually. And he does get his heal off, but it's not going to be enough. Good fear coming out from Synod. It's going to be bringing down state. The port, though, from Sapphire actually comes through. Frostball a bit low, but there's no way they're going to be able to get that res. Quadro can't provide anything there. And that's going to be another kill picked up before red team. Mid, the only node at the moment, cap. Grand just sitting on it. Both sides nodes. Dashing moment. Zombie actually 2 versus 1. Doing a pretty decent job holding his own here. Against Lefrere and Moonbiz. But again, just, you know, you get, these fights are one person dies, the other people sort of kite around until they come back off respawn. Another person maybe dies. Side note, just sort of get kited 2 versus 1. Frostball not coming over to make it 2 versus 2, but
Just like that.
not a
Blue
ton of
team
action. We don't
takes
see
a
the same
capture point.
team fight sort of that we saw with the last 2 teams. I like you are obviously going Imda and Mancow against this Crystal team. Yeah.
And it's also about like whether or not you can see like a blue team winning versus ID. Like if they went through to the final, like you could pretty much say as well that they would not be able to win that.
Red
Like,
team
just don't
wins the
think that's
capture
possible.
point.
I mean, 10 minutes into this game, we don't even have 250 points on the board.
Just like that. Blue team takes
that's
the
very
capture
simple.
point.
Very slow game. Shout outs to season 1. Anyways, we
Okay.
don't see Bunker play as much. Although Mirage is not really bunkerish, but fights a lot. Anyhow, that's going to
They
be
can still
2 nodes
survive.
picked up for
Still
blue
could
team
survive,
now.
really. They could. This is the
Team
comeback. I mean,
Potentially could come back. Maybe they could pick up a beast, although not really much of a reason to go for it.
not
But
really.
they do have both mid and their home node.
Biz needs to be careful. He starts to
Or actually,
engage
Bardo.
on Synod. Okay, oh no, he's just going to use that opportunity to just completely get past him, jukes him completely. He can get a decap hit.
Yeah,
that was
Zombie doesn't have the
really
staff
good.
mobility. He is going to get the decap.
Nice
Nice
job.
play there, actually.
Really
And that
nice.
definitely turn the game into blue team's favor. If they can hold these for the next 4 minutes, they'd
The
absolutely
plays. The
Portal can
plays.
drop down.
Quality.
Quadro's going to swap with him.
Don't
Van's
die.
going to as well.
You just did a really good play. Do not die. He's going to port here if he gets in trouble. But really good. He completely jukes Synod there. in all
Over on
honesty.
mid, though, Fires and Sapphire are in a little bit of trouble. Fire's getting away from his Firebrand. Heals are coming out, but it's not going to be enough. Bleeding is going to take him down. Synod here. Grant is on the res, though. He's jumping down now. Can keep a note. Should be the stomp for Fran and Fires. It is. Biz coming in. He does have the portal. See where that goes. He might just portal Sapphire out, actually. If I was Sapphire, I would take that portal anyways. If he doesn't, he's just going to die. Oh! Yes, he's going to die. Looks like that's probably going to be blue team's momentum stopped. It's 1 down state for them. No caps for either team at the moment. All the Vans will pick up mid. I believe this is going to be game 1 going towards red team. 3.5 minutes left.
Did you
It's
see that?
actually
Red
still
team
quite
got a
close,
capture
but yeah,
point.
probably more than likely right.
Did you see that?
Yeah, we all know
Red
that
team
one
got
of
a
the main
capture
reasons,
point.
obviously, the game is quite slow is Firebrand. I think that's
Blue
just a
team
given.
grabbed a capture
That's just a
point.
given. On top of that, I still think there's still quite survivability, but I really like still the idea that you can have a tank in the game. Like back when Bunker Guard was still a thing back in the day, it was like it was okay, you just rotated around it. But I still feel like people are still having that issue. I mean, it can pump out a bit too much healing.
Oh yeah,
in
I
my
think
life.
Firebrand definitely should see a couple nerfs here in regards to how much healing it has.
I don't want to see like the utility is okay. It's just I think it's just generally maybe the heal, maybe just change even the amulet or something. Take out the amulet, just
Part
that.
of the problem though is, like you said before, you had Bunker Guard, you could rotate around it. This has a bit more mobility in it, I think. Has
Yeah,
more
it's got a little bit
swiftness,
more-
It has that. You see that port coming out from Merciful. Not to say that it has a ton of
I
mobility.
don't think we saw Mesmer as no, maybe we did see Mesmer as much back in the day of Bunker Guard. That's how it got out rotated so much. But the thing is, Bunker Guard was never the thing that really, guarded something specifically, whereas now it's guarding like Scourge,
You see that 2v2 with Scourge, yeah.
which is like
Versus
Scourge
whatever.
is pretty powerful. But yeah, when you hit that 2v2, it's just like everything is decided mainly on the sides at the moment. Team fights, obviously, if you get the wipe in your favor, then fine. But a lot of the game is decided on the side gaps.
The problem is, you used to have Tempest was the healer, right? You'd see Tempest and
Yeah.
Reaper do it together, and that was okay because I feel like Tempest was more of a healer class, right? Than Bunker didn't really see it bunkering as much. But the problem is Firebrand can do both very well. It can heal and bunker, just because the Aegis has switch axes, has heals on dodge, double energy sigils.
The precision
and I
is
feel-
good on that as well.
Yeah, I
Gives
feel
you
like
faster heals on dodge.
if you had
More heals.
Blue
if you
team
had
grabbed the
Tempest
capture
able to
point.
sort of match Firebrand in a way, I'm not saying that they should buff Tempest to the point where it can be bunker class. I'm saying maybe nerf Firebrand a bit. But you can see more variability between comps because at the moment, if you have a team that has a Firebrand and Scourge, you either have to 100% out-rotate them, or you have to match or counter them with another Firebrand and Scourge. You can't really team fight that with anything else. So it's sort of stuck in that.
I just don't want to see something nerfed to Oblivion where it's not played anymore. That's the problem. That's why I don't like calling for nerfs anymore so hard. Other than the Spellbreaker, of course.
Well,
that's
I
fine.
mean, I think it's going down the healing on Firebrand.
I think
maybe
it's a healing. I think it's an amulet. If they switch that over, like, don't have precision on the amulet, maybe drop down the healing and just bring up the vitality or toughness a bit. Like, drop down the healing by, like, up down to 900, because isn't it 1200?
I mean,
yeah, it's 1200.
but the other issue is, of course, like you were saying before, you could out-rotate Bunker Guard, right? But the thing is, you out-rotate them and you rotate into a Druid or a Mirage that just kites you forever, or a Spellbreaker that kites you forever. And it's it's like, where exactly are you going? And it's so part it's not just Firebrand. Part of it is the other side.
I feel
either way.
Right. I don't think it's just simple
like that.
as
Blue team takes a capture point.
Everyone has a lot more survivability nowadays. Actually, funnily enough, other than just like some of the classes which had the extreme ridiculous amounts of survivability, like Scrapper. I mean, we've only seen one Holosmith in this tournament as an example. There's a reason. Okay, so that's going to be the first game going over to the red team of Crystal Desert. Slow going. I think we just turned into a podcast for Guild Wars PvP there. It seems like we've got things we can talk about. That's for sure. Okay, second game. Same rotation as the winners final.
I like how 75% of a Guild Wars 2 match can be time where casters just discuss arbitrary game balance. Well, that was just this match, honestly. The other two series that we watched were not really that way at all. We weren't really just going on and on about nothing. Although, talking about game balance isn't really nothing. But this match, as I said, there's a bit more bunkerish classes on both sides. There wasn't a ton of action. It's not a lot to talk about necessarily in this game. It's a slow game, unfortunately, at the moment. Or slow series, I should say. Obviously, we ran up the time there. The red team won because of time over anything. So, it's not every game like that. Not every game is like that.
Okay, just waiting for a couple more players. So let's wait and see. I mean, on terms of this map, and
you have the buffs, but I think that's just going to kind of be another node that gets stalemated.
I think so.
I
don't know. I think obviously this game's got the potential to really snowball for one team with the buffs, of course. So hopefully, I mean, we'll see some kind of play coming out. Maybe blue team can bring that back. I don't know.
I don't know. Have to see. Not sure if blue team's going to try and change anything up. They do still have that Weaver, which, again, I don't like the Weaver. Honestly, I don't think it puts out enough pressure. I don't think it can hold a node quite as well as, say, a Mirage can. It doesn't have as much team support even as Mirage might with the distorts. Of course, the portal. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sold on the Weaver. I don't know enough about it to 100% say, but I don't think it provides quite as much as another class might. I miss DFTC. Not something I think you'd ever think you were going to say. But
DFTC is fine. He's just too much. It's just too much. He's always been around. He's a nice enough guy. He's okay. Let's keep the chat a little bit more related to the tournament, guys. Come on. We're waiting for these guys to ready up. They just need to ready up, and then we go. And we are good to go for the rest of this tournament. Ah, dear. Always a fun
Obviously.
time. Let's keep it on track though. Let's get the donations going. We've got $116 though. That's pretty good. It's looking nice at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Could use some more donations, though, guys. Obviously, I don't know if you've gotten another free donation code or not yet, Jebro, but every donation is welcome, as I said before, a couple times. Yeah, once we get underway, this is the second match of the loser bracket finals. Whoever wins this is going to be going up towards the grand finals to face LIQR, who is up a game already, as they won the winners final bracket. At the moment, we do see Crystal Desire's 1-0, so they only need to win this Temple game, and they will be on the way. Of course, if Host Mid Far wins, it will go to a third game this series.
Yep, exclamation mark D. That's where you can donate to the tournament. It's just easier. It's got most of the information in there as well. D gold is to donate gold to the tournament as well. So let's go as soon as we
I'm not
possibly
really sure
can.
what they're waiting for.
I'm gonna full start in 2 minutes. That would sort it. That normally gets people going. Just full start. Let's do it. Oh god.
Oh, there's someone going to the bathroom there. Not the best time for it, but he's gonna have to hurry up.
Yeah, he's got to do that number 2 fast. Do it.
The match starts.
Good stuff. Okay, we're underway.
A slow game, a slow start. Anyway.
Yeah, it's very indicative of how things going.
Hold on to your points.
Oh well.
Seize
Well, like I
theirs.
said before, I have to see if blue team's gonna be able to change anything up. They are running the same comp, same builds, same players, of course. So we'll have to see if they're able to change anything here. Vans and Frostbow making the rotation over towards Altar. Quadro just waiting here. Biz gonna try and stay with him. See that 2 versus 2 again. Biz actually gonna leave. Probably just drop the portal. And he's gonna go back over towards Temple. Sapphire and
Red
Faris
team wins a
push
capture
over there as
point.
well, but Zombie's already picked up the note. Gonna be red team starting on the board. But the decap actually is good. I mean, obviously 3 versus 1. Zombie's just gonna lose the note.
Did you see that? Red team got a capture
Okie
point.
dokie. Let's have a look back over towards. It's looking. Well, I don't know why he's just standing there to maybe keep the Guardian just over them at that point. That makes some sense.
Blue team grabbed a
Got
capture
the
point.
2v1 versus the Weaver here over on the altar point as well. Quadro. I mean, he's proven that he can 1v2. I just think they should have left him sacrificial lamb, maybe. Rotation out from blue team means the Ellie's going to be able to survive for a little bit of time as the Firebrand just nips onto point. Obviously stretching himself across the map to defend not only the Necro, but also the Elementalist. Sorry, the Weaver, as I'll call that. I believe that's Tiki, okay, over on the mid is going to be the Druid. They're 2v1ing this guy right now. Vance is going to be able to hold for a little bit of time. Also, he's got places he can line the sight while he waits for potentially Frostball to come back, who is... No, it looks like he's going back over towards the temple, actually. It's the Necro's...
Did you see that? Red
Necro
team got a
versus
capture
Druid
point.
1v1.
I was actually sort of expecting Zombie to win this, especially since he has the longbow. But I guess Frostball wanted to make sure that...
It's a free kill on for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a free kill. That's not a great rotation.
Blue team grabbed a
or not.
capture
It wasn't
point.
even
I'm
a
not sure why
rotation.
Vans here. I mean, I guess he was running away from mid, obviously. I don't know why
Did you
he
see
here,
that?
not far.
Red
But I guess
team
Far was
got a
also
capture
secured, so
point.
it doesn't really matter. They're going to give up mid, but get both side notes. That's perfectly alright. So I
Cram
have another
with the-
minute until First Stillness comes up.
Cram with the awesome wall forces the Elementalists to try and get back on the point, but he's 1v1 versus... I mean, he's keeping the Firebrand busy on this side of the map, but it seems... I don't know. I just send the Necro over there, just kill him quick, just get it over and done with. Done and dusted. Side caps. This is not the favourite tactic of the Crystal Desert team. Sarcasm once again, just in case you didn't know. Good kill onto Frostball though, should be able to take him out. do fish him off in the end, but you got the red team members all starting to just circulate around the area, keeping this fight busy and alive in mid, as they do still have the sides. You see the rotation though through the portal of the Druidone to this side of the map as Umbis comes back over to mid. He's going to be advancing back over to Temple though, trying to take advantage of that mobility. Good stuff at the moment. 2v1 over on the Temple as well. Obviously blue team going to take them a little bit of time to try and get back over there, but Frostball 1v2, sorry, Frostball 1v2. Tiki 1v2 at the moment.
Van's also numbers 2.
Stillness has appeared.
Quadro. He's going to be pushed off the node. He's going to be decap. That actually could be side nodes for blue team here. Although Van is going to try and contest the node a little longer. But much closer game actually here. Stillness is up. Of course, that could be part of it, as they're going to have to contest that node. Frostball,
Just
though,
like
is going to
that,
get a free Stillness. No caps for red team, however, so that's not really going to do too much. He's going to start making his way over to Altar, the only node blue team. As Temple gets decapped by Zoni. And
Red
there is
team
double
got a
cap for
capture
Zoni as
point.
well. So that's going to be Stillness coming in handy. 2 points to blue team's 1.
There you go. There comes the Stillness now, indeed. I mean, there's still... This is still really slow.
Yeah, not a lot of kills.
Take the thieves
Again,
up. Take the thieves up. It's just like... It's all about that portal. It becomes even more about the portal now as well. Quadro is going to go down on the bleeding confusion. No, gets the heal. There he goes. Finds Frostball's still right on his backside though. And again, Temple will be capped by the red team. Over on the midpoint though, we see the gang up at the moment in 3v2. There comes the portal as
that
well.
portal is really good. Mistform coming out for Vapor Form.
Oh, look at that fear though.
It
That
should
was
be a
good.
res, yeah, no
Yeah,
problem.
yeah,
4 members there. 3 members.
It was a good fear in the end, at the start, to
Oh, yeah.
try and keep that on their side, but it's 2
Actually,
cap.
might have slowed them down enough too for Frostball to get in here. You know, they didn't really have any time to turn on to Synod or Cran. They wanted to focus him. And now this 3 versus 3 is not really out of favor for red team, especially not when they control both side nodes. So again, red team just, you know, they get down state. He doesn't get, they don't finish the kill, but it's no problem for them. Going to be able to hold both nodes. Cran going a bit low, but should be okay for the time being. Synod here. And we actually, I almost feel like this is where maybe the Condi Weaver is okay, because normally, you know, you'd see the Firebrand, Scourge duo sort of stalemate, but Quadro's able to output, you know, even more Condi pressure. Cran might not be able to, you know, clear all of it in time. It's going to eventually sort of take it down, but again, I'm not sure if it's quite enough.
So his role is like, it's like a 1v1 side point fighter, can fight in mid fights as well because of what he said. You know, he's got shit. He's still got a little bit of healing for his team. He can evade. He can offer some support, Condi pressure as well. But I'm still like, what's going to be better? You know, maybe they could go for a Hollow Smith. I still think they're missing a little bit of damage. I think they've got some nice pressure on the sides if they go for it. They've got, you know, the Mirage as well, but they're still lacking a little bit of some of that burst. Where if you've got like Crystal Desert, who have got, actually, you know what? They haven't got that much. It's not really much of a difference. The thing is, Vance is, he can pull off some nice 1v1s on the side as well. I just don't think that the Weaver is doing as good a job as that in a similar kind of advanced position, but I don't think he's playing that fully either. It seems to like a bit of a mixed role that he's playing at the moment, so it's a bit difficult for me to kind of...
Ooh. We actually might see Tranquility going the way of red team.
What's happening right now?
Biz portaled out, but he is going to portal back and stop this. Stillness was picked up by red team, but the only node they had was decap as well, so we're going to see a bit of a 1 versus 1 between Vans and Biz down here on Tranquility. First Tranquility of the game. Obviously, if Blue Team gets that, they might be able to come back. They're at about 200 points behind.
Red team got a capture point.
There's the first cap there, Temple.
Blue
Alter
team
can
grabbed
be
the
answered by
capture
Blue
point.
Team, though. It's gonna be both side nodes capped, but there's some Stillness. Again, 2 to 1 regards to points. Still just a stalemate here at the bottom. Cran and Synod actually taking quite a bit of pressure from Sapphire and Fires on mid. Cran going a little low, but there shouldn't be any issue there. And over at Temple, Frere is going to be killed.
The map gets situated, they stalemate for a while, red team have the leads, they stretch their leads, then they bring the game back 1 cap apiece, but then a kill comes out into a player, i.e. maybe even Tiki right now, they get +1 elsewhere, they get a 2 cap, they stretch the lead, and then blue team come back and they get 1 cap apiece. It's pretty much what the whole series is going for right now. There's no real control over buffs. It doesn't seem to be really a lot of thought put into them from blue team. They're thinking more of a cap game, whereas red team obviously are working around the buffs as well. Either that or it's a mistake that they weren't able to get stillness. They didn't really get any advantage actually either. So it's like at the moment the blue team are discombobulated. That's a word I'm going to use. They're not really sure what's going on. It's like it's almost like there's a bit of confusion about what Quadro's role is. There's a little bit of a communication error in terms of.
It's actually going to go down. Faraz and Sapphire are doing a good job here, but Grant's going to be able to res him. Fortunately for them. But that's pretty impressive. That, you know, this 2 versus 2 might be a bit stronger than Crystal Deserts are. Obviously, you could just been a one-time thing, but it's ended up going low again. He's very pressured at the moment. Grant doesn't have as much support as he would like.
I think he's stretching that support over that damage over to Kran as well. So maybe he's forcing Kran to use some of his Connie removal in himself and then he's not got it available for Synod. I think it feels like that's what's happening a little.
I always like focusing the Firebrand in use. Not 100%.
But sharing it so you can
use
now some of his cooldowns.
Faraz gets turned on quite well. A lot of condition pressure there. He's just going to be able to use his Plague Extinct to turn it back onto Faraz, but back onto Synod, but then he gets counted again. He's very low.
Yeah, he's got his heals back. He's not going to use it now, though. Let's try it. There you go. It's a good time to get it.
Either way, again, just a bit of a stalemate battle here. Zombie is going to be
Stillness has appeared.
And Frostball wins on the side.
Oh, look at that! Someone died. Incredible. Frostball is going to kill Quadro.
Hey,
feels like a while
since
you see that?
This is nothing compared to Pro League Season 1 in the opening weeks with Chronomancer. This is nothing. I think that was still when Distortion was still allowing Cat.
I like what Frostball did there. He dropped the portal, went over to Stillness because he knew Quadro was going to come and try to decap the point. He gets Stillness and is able to just portal back and stop the decap there. And again, it's under 5 minutes left in the game. We're at about 350 points here for Red Team. Certainly looks like Red Team is going to be taking this one away. Tranquility still hasn't been capped yet, but I don't see that it's going to be capped. Just stalemate there, I think. I'd say pretty confidently the Red Team is going to be winning this, moving on to the Grand Finals. Yeah. So looks like we'll have the LIQR boys up 1-0 against Crystal Desert Heroes. Starting off, of course, with no games won. What do you think about that? You still going to go with LIQR?
I'm actually not sure. I'm not sure when they changed it or on. I can't remember Distortion. For final, for winning the tournament.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, I only judged it on. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was a while ago. Hey, I'm old. My memory goes. But yeah, I'm not sure actually. The thing is that kind of experience when Sin just changes to a build on SD. I actually don't think that was one of them. I think that was a contributing factor to why they lost that series. But I don't think that was the reason. The main reason.
Quadro actually caps the node, and he might win the 1-versus-1 against Frostball. Maybe we found something that Weaver's useful for.
I think it's just like
I guess
it could be a strong we just don't see it that much. I mean, it's like, you know, Fanta playing it in, you know, solo Q&A is another thing completely to playing in a comp tournament. But, you know, I'm not bashing the build. I'm just saying, like, it just doesn't feel like they've got this role worked out too well. It's starting to get a little bit more situated with it, but it's unfortunately a bit late in the day.
Yeah, only 30 more points for Red Team. One. Far is just dying now as well. I'm off respawn Sapphire alone against Grand Extended. Fine. Maybe not fine. Quite a bit of pressure there. But yeah, that's going to be game number 2 of this series 1 for Crystal Desert Heroes. They're going to be moving on to the grand finals of the tournament. The last series we're going to be broadcasting for you guys today is against LIQR, who will be starting off with game 1 already. Yeah, it's true. Last series, I should say, the tournament, but also the year. Alright, so that is going to be your 3rd place winners, or close mid-par. Each of those players will be receiving 100 gold. Thank you again for the people who donated that gold.
Where's that timeline? This will show.
Oh yeah, that timeline, nice.
Ah.
Oh, and what's the point of having the timeline if you can't even look at it? I guess in rank 2, you'd stay there for another minute or whatever.